Good morning. I know we usually are used to an evening show, but me and King are up right now. So if you guys are up, we appreciate you hopping on with us and joining us for another episode of We Talk Mavs. This wasn't anything that we already had kind of scheduled previously or anything. It just something we just kind of wanted to do, kind of like a little vent session here. Kind of following after the game from yesterday. So we got a lot to want to talk about. As far as you guys see the thumbnail, it's about Christian Wood. But for those who are brand new, guys, like I said, welcome to the show. We Talk Mavs here on the Globe Mavs production. Listen, it is the man that should be asleep right now. It is your boy Real. And joining me is the man who took the greatest nap in the history of mankind, and that's my boy King. What up, man?
Nothing much, brother. I'm sorry, everybody. I was supposed to do an earlier show, but I passed out and didn't hear my alarm. So we're all over here. I appreciate him, taking his time. I know his lady probably gonna get mad at him. So am mine, but we out here doing it for you guys. So make sure to share, subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. We appreciate you.
And I got Whataburger, man. I got Whataburger. I tried that new. It's a chili cheeseburger, but it's got like Frito chips and everything on it too. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
What is from Whataburger?
Yeah.
My wife had it once, but she wasn't really a
Besides all
fan of
that.
it. Go ahead.
Whoa. Okay,
I know. You guys love it. She
Don't
didn't.
start that cussing, bro. You cussing out here, bro. It's a family show here at 2:30 in the morning. All right, but man, let's go ahead and get into it, King. Man, listen, I know if you guys are on Twitter, you guys have seen that there are a lot of Mad fans not happy. We weren't happy after the game. Kind of, I know me and King for sure were kind of venting a little bit on the last video about kind of voicing our frustration on how this team kind of went about their game yesterday, as far as like the coach and missing the free throws and things like that, the rotation, all that kind of stuff, right? So there has been news following that game, mostly surrounding Christian Wood. We all seen what Christian Wood did yesterday. It's no secret. I think it's even national. People talking about how good Christian Wood looked in that game against the Phoenix Suns, and so it kind of bears the question: should Christian Wood start? Before we kind of get into our opinions about it, I'm gonna play some clips here from Tim McMahon. As y'all guys know, Tim McMahon is a writer for ESPN. He's literally stationed out of Dallas. He's been following the Mavericks since he started becoming a writer for ESPN. So, and I think he worked at Dallas Morning News too, I believe. But yeah, Tim McMahon is famous for, I guess I know, as the Hoop Collective on ESPN. So he had some quotes here, man. We're gonna listen to both of the quotes, and then me and King gonna kind of give our opinion on it, man. So this first quote, King, this is the one that you sent me a few days ago about what he said about the whole Christian Woods. About 30 seconds. So let's go ahead and play it here.
I've heard that before, but it was from Christian Wood's agent.
That might be Eric as well.
You know what? I think that's going a little too far. I think Christian Wood is a very talented offensive player who he has a ton to prove. He's proven he can put up numbers. He has not proven he can contribute to winning. And so that is an awful lot to prove for him. I think he needs to worry more about contributing to winning than about his next contract. And I'll say this: the next contract that he gets, whether it's from Dallas or somebody else, is not necessarily going to be based on his points per game this season. Can he, for the first time in his career, prove he can contribute on the defensive end? Can he prove that he can not just accept but embrace a role that maybe isn't exactly what he wants? That move made sense for the Mavericks because it cleared out some roster spots, and they were taking a swing on a guy who does have a lot of talent, and they needed scoring. With their second best scorer, leaving, talking about Jalen Brunson, not the same position, but Wood can fill the void of a lot of that scoring. But I think that Christian Wood has sixth man of the year potential, or he has potential to be on the trade block by Christmas, and it's really up to him.
Yeah. So that wasn't the clip that you sent me. That's the one I've heard today. That was from that clip right there. Came. No, sorry, that wasn't the one you sent me, wasn't it? No, that
No,
wasn't the one you
no,
sent
that
me.
wasn't the one.
I got that one from the fan Sean and RJ. And them played that clip and they talked about that today on the show. This is the clip you sent me right here, King.
He is going to be, I think, on the floor at the end of games. And
I'm not certain about that. I'm not certain about that last.
You don't think they finished with him at the 5?
I here honestly, JaVale McGee's starting at the 5. Christian Wood's going to be a 6-man. Matter of fact, the starters wear white during practice. You know, each
And
practice
he's a
jersey
blue
has,
tee, the
has
blue
a
team
white
guy?
and blue side. I'm not sure. I think his jersey might just have 2 blue sides. I literally have not seen him wear white one time.
You know, it's crazy, King. So let me. This is what we saw. Shout out to DDP, man, from the Dallas Prospects, man. He posted this today. He says Luca and Christian Wood only shared the floor for 16 minutes last night. Y'all read that correctly. 16 minutes. It says Dallas scored 41 point, 128.1 per 100 possessions and shot 54.5% from the field in those minutes. That's what the numbers they put up within those 16 minutes that those two were on the court together, man. And that's the crazy part about it, King. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot because I've been hearing a lot of stuff today that I kind of want to address too, man. As far as this whole thing with Christian Wood, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get yours in first, man. What's on your mind, man?
A couple things. I'm not really still mad about the game. I do think Jason Kidd will adjust. I don't. There's no way. I don't think he's, like I said, a stubborn Rick Carlisle type where this thing is set in stone. My question has always been, I don't understand the whole Christian Wood held to a different level than other players. Like I don't know what's
That
going
part.
on.
That part.
Like we've seen so many players get paid. An Anthony Simons like type player. He's never contributed to a winning team. He got paid. Like just players in general that we can see. I told you. Well, I don't know if I told you, but I'll tell you right now. I think Christian Wood is a top 20 talent, like a top 20 player in the league, talent wise. I told you I think he could fight for an All-Star spot and maybe even an All-NBA spot. I thought he was that good if he was on a winning team. I just don't get why, for some reason. I don't know if it's maybe behind the scenes stuff that maybe we don't know about, that maybe the league knows about it. So, and we just he did go undrafted for the same reasons. Like I kind of understand it, but I don't. I wish they would say more because you can obviously see he's probably the most talented player Luka's ever played with. Just in general, he's one of the most talented players in the league. Like to be at his size and the ability to be able to do what he does. I don't understand even, like I say, the reporters and all, like a Tim McMahon and all. Like I told you when I heard him talk, it was like Christian Wood wasn't guaranteed to play at the end and all of this mumbo jumbo. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. He's the second best player by far. Why would you sit your guy out? Their talents between Luka and himself, they just match. Like they gel, as I said before, like with the way street clothes we wanted him to do. And as you saw, they dominated on offense when it was both of those guys. And I don't think they failed on defense when it was going down as well. Like it wasn't like we were allowing Phoenix to just destroy us when they were on the court together. So I think it'll switch up eventually. I hope, I should say, switch up eventually. I told you guys, I'm going for a top 5 offense and defense. I think this team is that good. That Christian Wood and Luka combo when it gets to midseason form, like I said, it reminds me of like a Amari Stoudemire, Steve Nash type flow. Like I think they're going to be that good. But yeah, man, I don't get the media. I don't get what Christian Wood has done. I don't get why he has to. His pay is affected by if the team wins. Now, like it's again narratives that I never hear, but when it deals with the Dallas Mavericks, it's just some players dealing with some narrative that's been never done before. So I just hope when you hear all this stuff, you worry about the future. Like we keep talking about big time players don't want to come to Dallas. When we get players at Dallas, we always do dumb stuff to get rid of players when they're in Dallas and they're performing. So like this is You know what? Real talk. I think right now, since we can go prime Dirk Nowitzki, this might be the best second option on the Mavericks since prime Dirk Nowitzki. Like I don't think there's any second option that's ever been on the Mavericks that's better than Christian Wood. And that's including the Josh Howard. That's including a whole bunch of guys. Like I don't think they're more talented than C Wood. So you got to tell me, man. You're the one in Dallas. You're the one closer to the connections. I don't understand it, man. Like we have a guy right here that looks like he's that guy, and we're playing with him. We're dangling him, and he's a free agent, an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year. So
Unrestricted. Yep.
I don't understand it, man. Like I would think they would want to be in his good grace. They would give him the street clothes treatment and hope that he would eventually sign maybe a cheaper contract. Because I've been telling guys, I told you since before the year, if you thought JB getting a 25 or whatever $1 million contract was huge, like this guy's going to demand a 30-something mil contract. I knew he was that good, and yeah, like it's not just gonna be the Mavericks that's gonna look out for him. It's after this year, they're gonna be the Lakers. There's gonna be so many teams that's gonna be wanting this man, and you want to be on the good side of it already at the beginning, already building that relationship. And I feel like they're building a wall to push this guy away. And from C Wood, everything I've seen from him, he's been on the positive side. He's been talking right. He's been saying that he has to prove himself and all of that. So I'm hoping, like I said, I believe that Jason Kidd will do the right thing. I think, like I said before in the last video, it's just a time of him proving himself, of having to be like he's getting hazed right now, like if he was a rookie, and he has to be able to go through the hazing and take it and be able to be and understand that I guess it's for the greater good. But I just hope they turn it around and get it going, because C Wood is too talented to be played with like this, and he's way more talented than a lot of guys on our team. So for him to be sitting back and having to wait, I wouldn't want to do it. So we'll see.
Yeah, there's a few things I took from this whole situation. So, what you asked at the beginning of when you started talking is like, what did he do wrong and all this? I was listening to Chris Arnold earlier on the fan, and he kind of said something on the lines of what you just said. And was talking about like, oh, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors, and this could be happening, that could be happening. Listen, man, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. It's the part that I don't understand because like King just brought up the fact he brought up KP, and I said this on the show yesterday. Now, what did KP? When did KP contribute to winning before he came to Dallas?
Never.
But did he get a chance?
Yeah, he got the max
Did he
contract.
start?
Got the max contract.
So did you pay him off of because he was winning, or did you pay him because of his talent?
Potential.
So that's the part I'm not understanding right now. See, now you have a double issue right here with Christian Wood because for one, like you just said, he's an not restricted, unrestricted free agent coming up. Now, King, now I'm not the smartest guy in the world. Didn't we just have this same issue with another unrestricted free agent? Interesting. Okay. So the point I'm making here is, you like you just said, you're playing with this whole situation. We constantly hearing about the issue of Dallas getting talent on this team. You already lost JB, and right now, as it's showing, like you said, hey, yeah, Christian Wood's saying everything right. Oh, I'm just trying to be a team player, but deep down inside, it's like, yo, if I don't get the opportunity that I think I should get, I'm out of here. And he got nothing to hold him back. Like I said, he's not not a restricted free agent. He's an unrestricted free agent. So if I decide I want to go to LA, I can just go to LA. You can't do anything about it.
Nope.
So that's the second thing. The third thing is I heard people say this, like, oh well, look how he did Reggie Bullock, and then he started him, so it's gonna he's probably doing the same thing he did with Reggie Bullock. You wanna know what the difference is, King? You already had Reggie Bullock signed for a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
So if Reggie kind of got a little attitude or whatever the case is, it's not gonna affect you because you have him signed already. Yeah. This guy is going to be a free agent, so don't even play with that. Don't even go towards that direction with this whole I'm just testing him out type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you this last season you was kind of gave us this idea of you communicating. You give these people chances and you groom them up and you try to give them the cheat codes of how to play the game and all that type of stuff. But then you do him like this.
Mhm.
Like you said, probably the most talented guy Luka has played with since he's gotten here. And you
I don't
do
think it's.
this
I
to
don't think
him.
it's probably. It's not probably, bro.
I'm sorry, most talented guy he played with, and you do
Yeah.
this to him. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand, bro. Like, and for me to sit here being in Dallas to hear so many of these local people making so many excuses, like I said, when you sent me that audio of Tim McMahon saying what he said, and the first thing I told you now, like I said, common sense would tell you like, okay, this guy is talented,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets over here, it's a no brainer. He's gonna start, gonna get significant minutes, all that stuff.
Yep.
But then you put him over here, and you treat him like a stepchild.
Yep.
There is no way in the world, King, that Christian Wood should have had less minutes than Maxi Kleber.
Christian
I
Wood
don't
shouldn't
care how
have.
you slice it, bro. There should have been no way he had less minutes than Maxi Kleber.
Bro, he shouldn't have
He
less
had
minutes
less
than
minutes than
anybody.
Tim Hardaway and Maxi Kleber.
He should
But
have
he
had
was the
less
reason
minutes.
why you got the lead in the third quarter. When Luka was on the bench, who kept you in the game?
See Wood.
How many times have you heard us on this show say, hey man, it'd be nice if Luka sat on the bench and didn't have to worry about losing a lead or anything, like he did like a couple years ago, where it's like, oh, Luka helped you get this double digit lead. He sit on the bench for like 2 seconds, then all of a sudden we down by 5.
Yep.
You finally had a guy like, okay, I'm chilling over here with this towel over my head, and he going in here putting his work in. A legit guy now. That we not all sitting here cringing when he getting the ball in the post, posting up smaller defenders. Or he has a big man on the perimeter and he's going around them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have that guy now, and you're treating him this way. Oh, I mean, his attitude. So, and like I said yesterday, King, we're talking about his attitude, but we just completely forget how KP's attitude was.
Yeah.
The same attitude that Dorian mentioned in an interview one time.
Yep.
We don't talk about that though, but keep giving him chances though. The same guy whose numbers continue to keep dropping with the field goals, the post ups, the way the game was flowing. We had to stop the flow of the game to get you involved. All that stuff, right?
Dodo said,
everything.
bro. Dodo said,
thinking you the guy. Oh, this is 1A, 1E. I'll be 1A. Like,
Dodo said we'd be
cool
better. Dodo said we'd be better, and we were actually better without KP. Or I got his name too.
You give that guy ample opportunity. Like I told y'all, you and Andy yesterday, I said we constantly was hearing, oh, wait to KP, wait to KP, wait to KP, wait to KP. And I'm sitting there like, bro, for the last 3 or 4 years, if it's still happening 3 or 4 years down the line, chances are you are what you are, sir.
Yep.
And how's he doing right now in Washington, King?
He don't look any better.
So my point is, like I said, now you gave that chances. I heard excuse after excuse from Mav fans on him.
Mm-hmm.
But we quick to say, hey, we got to see it first with him.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Like I said, KP came from New York. Last time I checked, New York wasn't just out here being world beaters when he was over there. But you get his dude a contract, and you just throw him in the starting lineup and just, we going from there.
You got
this guy here, you just like, nah, we got to see it first with him.
You got your floor raiser and Luka, and you got your ceiling raiser now in Christian Wood. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like it's usually that's what players you usually get players to do that. That's usually 2 players. The one guy that's the ceiling raiser and the one guy that's the floor raiser. And now we have both of them. I can tell at the one game Christian was better than Spencer Dinwiddie. Like that's wild. I can look at one game and I can tell you guys for a fact Spencer Dinwiddie is not as good as Christian Wood. And we expected a bunch out of Spencer Dinwiddie to be a possible number 2 guy and all that stuff. C. Wood is way better than Spencer Dinwiddie right now. So you talked about that whole last year Reggie Bullock thing. Another point about that one. Are you sure Reggie Bullock's better than Tim Hardaway Jr.? Like, I think that's a conversation right now. Like, it may be that Reggie's a better fit on the team as far as his role, but as far as head to head, like, that's a conversation that can be had. Who's the better player?
Let me ask you a question on that.
Mm-hmm.
If you say Reggie and Tim,
mm-hmm.
What do you trust more? Reggie's defense or Tim's offense?
I trust Reggie's defense, but it depends on. That's why I said for this team, Reggie's the better player for his role. But other teams, as far as the value, like they may look at Tim Hardaway Jr. is able to stretch the floor and his shot, like his shot making. He makes more tough shots and more shots on his own than Reggie Bullock can. I say all that to say that's why they competed with each other for the starting lineup, because it was more of a toss-up. Like, you could try to see who fits better, who works better. It's not really one of the guys. Like, I don't think Reggie Bullock can beat Tim Hardaway Jr. one-on-one. How about I say that? If they played each other one-on-one, I don't believe Reggie Bullock can beat Tim Hardaway Jr. But like I said, that ended up being a coach's decision to find out who fit the best and who could sit here. And Tim had already been on the bench, so Tim had understood I can go back to the bench and it's okay. In this case, there's no one other than Luka Doncic on this team. There's no one, no JaVale. It's an embarrassment that Christian Wood has to sit back behind JaVale McGee, and that's no knock to JaVale McGee. Like, it's no knock to JaVale, but like, Christian Wood is way better than JaVale McGee. JaVale McGee is a 3-time champion, Olympic gold medalist and all. That still rides the bench. That last year was giving you 9 and 9 or whatever, 9 and 8, playing only 16 minutes a game. You feel me? Like, there's a reason he's playing the 16 minutes, and them 16 minutes can be a great 16 minutes. I understand. But when you're a guy like C. Wood, that's thinking I'm an all-star type talent that's been wanting to be an all-star for the past probably 3 years or so, but just been in situations where it hasn't worked out, it's just narratives put around him. Like, you hear people say he's been to so many teams in so many years, and I'm like, but are you going to explain the situation? Are you going to explain that he was in New Orleans and then got traded to another team in Detroit that wanted to tank, and then he was too good for Detroit, so Detroit got rid of him? Like, he was too good for tanking teams. That's been the issue. So he keeps getting traded around, and they're making it like, well, he's just got traded because he was trash. Like, nah, the reason they've been trading him is because he's good and because they can get value off of him, off these tanking teams. But I say all that to say, like, I don't know what the bad rep is for Seawood. He's been getting it since he's drafted. Like I said, he went undrafted. Like, he was supposed to be a top 10 player as far as in the draft and went undrafted. So I don't know.
I think he was second round. He was second round.
Second, I thought he went undrafted. You sure? I thought he went undrafted.
Yeah, he was second round because he's supposed to be in the first round, but he fell to the second round.
Okay, well, either way, it was way lower than what he's supposed to be because he was supposed to be a top 10 talent, I believe, as far as in the draft originally.
Maybe he was undrafted.
I thought he was undrafted. I think Christian Wood has been another undrafted player. That's why Luka's gonna get more credit for him because he's another undrafted guy. But
what you call it? Chat, y'all know what to do, man. Let us know if we right. Is it second round or undrafted? I know it's one of them. I know it ain't first round. He's supposed to be in the first round.
Yeah, it's not first round. I know that for a fact. But I don't know, man. I just think Seawood is too good, man. Like, you cannot do this to a guy that's your second best player. Like, we have not had a guy as good as Seawood on our team. Like, you have Luka, I know you have him, and you have Dirk in his prime. Dirk in his twilight, not as good as Seawood. Like, Seawood is one of the best players we've ever had on this team. That's literally how I feel, and we're sitting back and treating him like, if Luka wasn't on this team, we'd be jumping in joy for Seawood as far as, like, he's the guy right now. We have Seawood, we need to get someone else. He's talented. So I don't know, man. I just keep saying, I've been sending you the videos. I sent it to you for a while now, and I've been hearing how people have been talking about it, how the conversations about Seawood, and it's been bothering me for a while now because it's been no any surety, I should say, as far as him being at his position, his role, him ending games. Like, I've never ever, it's again with this Dallas Mavericks media, I've never seen a player as good as he is or as talented as he is have to worry about ending a game. Why is Maxi Kleber in the game? Why is it Senor? Why? Like, Maxi, this is the reason we got Seawood to move Maxi Kleber down the totem pole. No disrespect to Maxi, but he's playing his right position, I thought, and you still want to play him as a starter. So I told you when he did the whole JaVale McGee thing and guaranteeing minutes and starters and all, I didn't like it because it's not really who he wants to start. He's just guaranteeing folks just positions and all. And it's like, just play the best guys and let guys and handle the egos. That's what your job is, J Kidd. So I'm gonna believe in him. Like I said, after one game, I'm not gonna crucify J Kidd because we can come out against Memphis, and if we destroy Memphis, everybody's gonna be like, well, here's the Mavericks. And I do know it's an incredible team. I told you that first thing when I saw the game, even when we lost and we first came on there, I said there's an incredible team in there. You see it. Phoenix does not scare me at all. Like, I'm ready to see Phoenix the next time. Like, I don't think really Phoenix played that game and probably saw, oh, this is a new Maverick team. Like, this is something different. We're worried about them. They lucked up, and I heard today, like, the Mavericks just choked. That was a Mavericks choke game. That had nothing to do with Phoenix beating us. Come on. Like, that was the Mavericks game the whole game, and we all know that. But they got the win. It is what it is. They can have it. Big ups to them. They're at 1 out of 82. Hopefully they can get a high seed again. But to get off of them, man, yeah, back to you, Rel Wood. I don't know what's going on. But we better get it together. That's all I can say. We just got to get it together.
So Jeffrey says he wasn't drafted. Okay. I knew
That's
it was
not.
one of them. I know he wanted to, because I remember when he came out, he was supposed to be in the first round pick,
Yeah, he was
but there was a lot
undrafted.
of stipulations against him, talking about like his attitude and all that stuff, his motor. So he ended up falling. Um, yeah, I'm with you. I'm like I said, not gonna press the panic. It's one game. It's game one of 82 games. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna press the panic button. And I do agree with you. I said that last night. You do see a team in there. You especially that first half. Like I believe that team in the first half is who we are.
Yep.
Because that first half, everybody played defense. Luke was in front of people. Spencer was in front of people. You know what I'm saying? So Christian Wood had that nice little block on recovery. You know what I mean? So you see that in there, man. And I didn't get the Jason Kidd clip. Like we could have played what he said about the whole Christian Wood situation. He said he was doing like an offense and defensive type of substitution type thing. But it's just like if you watched that game last night, Maxi was not on last night.
Not at all.
He was not on. And I ain't even talking about the offense. I'm talking about defense too. Like he just got out hustled out there. It looked like, and then I rebounded. Like he was just out of place out there last night. And so like as a coach, you got to kind of recognize that and know what's going on at that time. You see this man here is cooking, and then you see this guy's kind of struggling a little bit. His strength, what he's strong at, he's struggling at. You know what I'm saying? So put this guy in. Let's see what's up. Cause then after a while, you put him back in the game, but then he got cold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think
He
what they
won't.
do, they put him back in. What, like 2 minutes left in the game or something like that,
Yeah.
like 2:25 or something like that. So I was just like, yeah,
He went seniority,
it's
right? He went seniority, and I think he'll learn from that. Like I think he just went with the guys that have been on the team already. He didn't want to throw them away off the get go. That's why I said I really don't take a bunch from J Kidd. He made a mistake. I really think he's going to learn from the mistake of what he did. But he went with the old game plan, the first game, just to give guys, just to make sure he throw. Like we said, remember we talked about Maxi Kleber and him getting his contract and all. It's kind of like he threw Maxi out there to show guys, like Maxi's not that dude. Like not to say he's not that dude and he can't contribute, but he's not. You want to see Wood out there rather than Maxi Kleber. It just is what it is. Um, and even like that, him being on the bench, Seawood. I'm fine with him being on the bench now. I've even come to terms with that. If they want to put him on the bench and just play JaVale a couple minutes and then actually play, I'm fine with that. He just needs to play minutes. It got to be a Jason Terry thing, like 5 minutes into the game. Let's go. Bring in Seawood and let's get him off the bench and let's just rock and roll with it. He ends the game or whatever. I do think he should start because unlike back in the past when we had Jason Terry, we had other guys that could fill roles like greatly in the starting positions that could be there, like a guy like a Deshaun Stevenson. Deshaun Stevenson
right.
role was to knock down open threes in the corner and to play defense. And he did that. So that's why he started, and we knew we had that. JaVale McGee is a like a toss-up, like as far as if he should be starting. Spencer Dinwiddie is a toss-up. You feel me? We have guys on the starting unit that are toss-ups as far as their role and if they should be starting. And that's my only concern with Christian Wood not starting because he probably should be starting because some of these guys maybe should be on the bench. So I don't know. I think Jason Kidd will figure it out, but he definitely needs to be playing, like we said the last show, 30 minutes a game unless it's a blowout. If it's a blowout and like Luka doesn't play 30 minutes or all the guys do not have to play 30 minutes, C. Wood should be playing 30 minutes. That's how it should be.
So we still at the point where Reggie and Dodo gonna be playing like 35 plus.
Dodo played 38, man. Like I don't
Yeah,
understand that. Why didn't they give some of
yeah.
Dodo time to C. Wood? Not to say Dodo needs to get his time taken away, but Luka played 30 minutes, I think, and Dodo played 38. Why would you play Dodo the most? What is he? I don't know. I don't know what J.
Yeah, Luca played, I believe, what did Luca score? 35. He,
Yeah,
he he played 36 minutes.
36. Okay, so he played less than Dodo though. I knew
Yeah,
that.
but yeah, like I was sitting there when I looked at those box numbers and I looked at the minutes and stuff, and I was just like, so I see we're still doing that again, which that was kind of another spot we needed to fill, which is getting another wing. So that way you had that 3-man rotation at the wing position, so that way you don't have to play those guys, 30 to 35 to 40 minutes or whatever a game. So um, I like I said, we know Dallas is known for making trades during the trade deadline. So Dallas could probably surprise us and hit us with a little trade or something at the trade deadline. I don't know.
They better not trade
But,
C Wood, man. That's what I keep hearing that too. That's what you saw at the end of the
yeah,
video.
and
Man, like they just
that's
trying to get him
the
to
thing
trade
though.
him.
Why pick this dude up if you're gonna trade him?
Man, this
That's
is
much talent, and you're just gonna trade him? It makes no sense to me. What are we
they didn't
doing?
trade street clothes, but they didn't trade street clothes when they should have been trading street clothes all them times at the beginning for other talent. But you're gonna take the guy that's showing the ability right away and say, well, we need to trade him for someone else. Why? Why? Who you gonna trade him for? He's already, like I said, a top 20 talent. Why are you going to trade him? Go get someone else to add to this top 20 talent and a top 3 talent.
And then another thing too is whether you know, you invested a first round pick. I don't care where it was at. When you first round picks are currency in the NBA.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like why invest that in that player if you're just gonna just give him to trade him? I don't understand that, bro. That doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? And you got a very good trade at him because, like we said, you got rid of that whole entire bottom row of players that we really didn't play like that,
Yep.
and then you give up your first round pick to get this guy
and still get
the player.
Still get the player you wanted in the first round.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So, I mean, I know Timmy, man. I guess now I need to start listening to what Timmy. I listen to him, but I guess I need to start taking what he says seriously now. Because, he's the one who said, oh, I don't think he's going to be closing and all that. And he's looking like, oh, he's coming off the bench. And it seemed to be coming to fruition when he said it. But I just don't understand that, bro. Like, if you're talking about trading him, like, oh, he might be in trade in, like, December or whatever. It's like, then why'd you give up a first-round pick for him? Why did you go through these lengths to get him?
Yep.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Like, you quick to get rid of him. But, like you said, Street Clothes up here was on the team for 215 years. And y'all catered to this dude for that long, and you finally got rid of him this past season. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I think we'll be talking completely different after Saturday. I don't think we'll be at least the Jason.
No, I think so too.
I don't think we'll be talking about Jason Kidd as much.
Yeah, I think, like I said, from Kidd's track record on this team, we've seen that he's great at adjusting. Now we can say he adjusts. I don't know about your favorite coach of all time. They say he's an adjuster, but I was like, I just don't see him adjusting. You don't keep Boban in for 3 games in a row in the playoffs and call yourself an adjuster, bro. That's just not how that works. But yeah, I think they'll get it together, and they're gonna be at home too. So
yeah,
like we do pretty good against Memphis. I'm not worried about Memphis, bro. But yeah, you got anything else, bro? You want to add, bro? We can probably get some of these questions and comments in for you.
I just don't want that track record again. I just hope we don't lose to them certain teams again that we just like have always been struggling against. So you said we do good against Memphis. Like I hope we don't do bad against Phoenix and bad against Sacramento and all those teams again. I hope things change this year. And that was just the beginning of that's a slow start. The one game is a slow start this year. That's what I'm hoping. So I hope game 2 we go on the road and they start with the slow start and then let's just go.
Now we did need that game to kind of start off, not just because we want to win the game and be 1-0. Like, no, it's the fact that now the Phoenix could be one of those teams you got to fight against later on for positioning in the playoffs or whatever. So you kind of want to get that jump on them early and get that first game in, man.
Phoenix gonna be like a 6 seed. Watch what I tell you. Phoenix not good. Ooh. Phoenix don't want to play with each other, man. Chris Paul.
No. Trust me, I agree. After what I saw last night, I'm like, yeah, I'm not worried about Phoenix. I'm not worried about Phoenix. Mm-mm. Like I said, I feel like more like Dallas lost that game than they beat us. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, yeah, I agree. I think I'm not scared of Phoenix.
But congratulations,
ladies and gentlemen.
I know Phoenix fans like going around looking at shows.
They needed that win. Like I said yesterday, they needed.
Congratulations, you guys. I know you guys wanted it. Big win. It knocks Dallas out the first game of the year. We got 81 more now. So shoot, we can't go 82-0 now, you guys. Wow, Phoenix.
Exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a few of y'all's questions and comments here before we call it a night, or should I say a morning. So guys, hit us with the WTM so that way we can
with the shots, man.
So we can you said what?
Come on with the shots. You sending shots my way, I hear.
Oh no. I'm just saying it's morning time out here, man. You know how it is. Like we don't normally be up this late. But we're gonna get a few of these questions and comments in with y'all, man, because I know we didn't do it really yesterday because we kind of went over too. It was a little late. But let's get into it, man. Of course, the first up has got to be Smito.
My man.
Said good morning from Germany. Said, do you guys never sleep? Nah, it don't seem like it, Smito. It definitely don't seem like it. I'm gonna definitely be getting my sleep on here in a little bit. Dang, 3 a.m. My girl will be up in a minute. She'll be like, "Why the hell you still up?"
3 a.m. It's 4 a.m. over here. I got to take my son to the bus stop soon.
Let's get to these questions in. Lil Mikey Myers. That's RC, man. What's good, RC? What's good with you? Smito says to answer the question, I think it's a good idea to play Wood off the bench at least to start the season, but he should play 30 plus minutes. Play 30 plus minutes on average. Yeah, that's pretty much what we was just saying, Smito. Pretty much. Yeah, Max Kleber shouldn't be playing minutes to him. Jeff, what's good, man? He said the rotation sucked and the timing of timeouts after the Suns run was way too late. He said, and Christian Wood out when he was hot was crazy. Yeah, all three though, Jeffrey. That's pretty much what we said. It was especially after. So when they kind of got that run, and then Reggie Bullock hit that three to kind of slightly stop the bleed when he did the. Oh, no, you watch the game. You heard you were listening to it, but yeah, he hit that three. He did the little silent thing. Then they came down and rattled off more points. Like, bro, yeah, you got to call a timeout, man, and get some and change something up. You know what I'm saying? Get Christian Wood back in the game. That would have been nice.
Yeah, because I saw the highlights and I saw C Wood had made. I didn't even know it. It was 16 straight points for the Mavs at one point, and then he did like the Jordan shrug.
He did the shoulder shrug.
He did the Jordan shrug. Yeah, I saw it. And I'm like,
yeah.
And Jason Kidd took him out the game. What? Oh man.
Yeah. Smito says Kidd was conservative with the rotation, playing it safe at the end of the game. He played lineup that knows the system and each other at the hot hand.
That's what it says.
What you say? Each other. No, not the hot hand.
Not the
okay.
hot hand.
This little yellow thing is blocking this. But yeah, exactly, Smito. You really did, man. Let's see. Knicks was good, man. It says Wood, DFS, Reggie, Spencer, Luca should be the starters. He said, who said Reggie? Spencer, Luca should be the starters. McGee, Maxey, THJ, Green, and Capazzo for the second unit.
I would switch Spencer with JaVale McGee still. Knicks. I don't want Spencer. I don't think Facu or Capazzo should be the second main guy. I want Spencer Dinwiddie to be right there with THJ and all. I want Campazzo to be that, like I said, break in a cases of emergency.
And it's funny that Tim McMahon said we'll talk about Christian Wood not ever having a white jersey on. Remember, we didn't see Spencer with a white jersey either.
Nope. That's what I'm saying. It'd be seeming like
that was in the practice and in the fan jam.
We try to put stuff together and all, but then Tim McMahon says stuff, and it'd be like, well, they set him out, so I don't know.
Smito said it was just the first game. We shouldn't overreact. Even if we lose 20-plus lead, it's a bit alarming. We should give the team and the coach some time to figure things out and build trust. Yeah.
Yep.
That's why we said we were basing it off of just that first game. Like we like me and King just said, still think we think Kidd can adjust. We've seen it. He has track record with the team. We saw it last year. Probably one of the greatest adjusting coaches I've seen here. Like I said, way better than Rick Carlisle. He adjusted way more than Rick Carlisle.
Yeah.
Like how many times did we lose? We didn't really lose. Wait, did we lose at all? Oh, after January 1st we did, but we didn't. After January 1st, we didn't lose no more than 2 games in a row. If we did have a losing streak.
Yeah, we had that one towards the end of the game. I mean, towards the end of the season when we had that little run with the bad teams or whatever. But other than that, no, it was always usually adjustments.
Let's see.
Oh, my man Tom.
Jeffrey said Wood looked.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead. I'm skipping ahead.
Oh man, okay.
I'm skipping ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wood. I already read it. Jeffrey said Wood looked good offensively and defensively. Free throws need to get better, but he deserves more minutes. Hopefully that comes. I think it will, Jeffrey. I think it will, man. Kid's a smart guy.
Yeah,
he's a smart guy. He heard people talking about it and all that stuff, man. You look at the box score, you see other like every I think it was like 8 players above him in minutes and all that. I think they'll fix that, man. Especially at the ever since we had that practice on NBA TV, ever since that he's pretty much just did everything we needed him to do from that point on.
Yeah.
From the fan jam, from the preseason to now. You know what I'm saying? He's done everything we needed him to do. Like I mean, like what else do you want him to do? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like this was just a situation to show him. I mean, truthfully, Jason Kidd might have wanted to lose on purpose. Not saying no way, 20-point lead, but
Yeah,
it's a way to just see if. I think it's just a way really to see if Christian Wood will cry. Like I really think that's a part of it, as far as saying like we'll see Wood cry with situations like this when he wasn't in the game, even though he feel like he should have been in the game. Will he be a team player? Or will he cry? And if he's still being a team player, I think Jason Kidd will adjust. I think everything is going to be fine. He's not a fool. Like he's not a fool. He's here. He's heard everything. We've already talked about last year with Luke and his weight and Reggie Miller and all that. They even said they heard that and they were listening to it and all. So if they heard that, he's definitely heard everything else that's been said about this Christian Wood thing. I think that we'll be fine.
Thomas was good, man. He said I said last night. It's about trust. He said even said he needs to build trust with Kidd, will keep him in the game. But if he starts the if he starts the bench, won't be good in my opinion. You got to count on THJ to be. Oh, that's okay. That's where he's going with that. Okay, I saw you.
Yeah, with the THJ, but you got Spencer.
THJ would be your guy. He'd be your guy.
I like Spencer was fine yesterday. Dinwiddie was good. It's just he missed the 2 free throws at the end, but in the second quarter, Dinwiddie went up.
Spencer was straight.
Yeah,
I think Spencer would have a more of an impact if he wasn't in foul trouble.
Foul trouble, exactly. Like second quarter, he was going off. Like he scored 13 in the second quarter, I think. So,
yeah.
I think all his points in the first half were in the second quarter. It was 13, I think, in the second quarter.
Yeah, second quarter, yeah.
Yeah, when Luka went out and he came in the game by himself and all, he went off. So
and I like to see Spencer going to the basket too. He was attacking the basket a lot yesterday.
He's selective. I keep telling everybody he's selective because of his injuries and his knees and all. Like he takes selective times to make his moves and go to the rim because he shouldn't do it all the time because he might hurt himself. And I've said that like that's the best position for him. That's how I like for him to play. And just the guys should be Luka and Christian Wood.
Smile says it's about earning the minutes on a really good team. Wood never was a good, never on a good team like Reggie, like Bullock had to grind it out until Luka / Kidd fully trusted him.
I don't think that's what happened with Reggie before you go, bro. I just think Tim Hardaway Jr. was just trash. They wanted Tim Hardaway Jr. to be the starter. He came out the playoff series the year before.
And he got hurt, so which really solidified him being in that position.
Because Reggie was trash on the bench. Like, it wasn't like Reggie was killing it on the bench, and they were like, bring Reggie in the starting lineup. He's amazing off the bench right now. Reggie was trash on the bench, and Tim Hardaway Jr. was trash starting. So they just switched him to see if it would make sense. And Reggie started picking it up, and then Tim got hurt. So I don't think it's really because of the trust thing. It's just not to say your point is incorrect, Smito, but when you see like street clothes that did nothing already on a good team and all came over here, he got all the benefit of the doubt, I should say. So I've never seen that before. Like usually you go off of potential. I asked you guys in the group, I think the other day, why did Andrew Wiggins get less money than Jordan Poole, right? Andrew Wiggins is more established than Jordan Poole, correct? Number 1 pick. He's now an all-star starter. He's a champion. He got less money than Jordan Poole, and you guys told me it's because of potential. So if that potential gets you paid, why is C. Wood now having to sit and prove himself something based off of his potential? It doesn't make sense. That's all I'm saying.
Because like I said, KP didn't come from a winning situation either.
No.
But why did he get paid? He got paid off his potential.
Potential,
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. Jeffrey says we took a shot with street clothes, didn't work, but we need to give this a try. He wants to win and was in the bad situation in Houston, and it seems like he wants to buy in. Yeah, because like you said, Jeffrey, like we just said a minute ago, he's never been in this type of situation before. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like you constantly living, in apartments your whole life, and you finally get that house. Like you gonna act a little different, right? When you get that house, he's like, bro, this is a brand new situation for me. I never had a house. Like, wow, like you gonna think of it and kind of treat it in a different, type of way than what you would have. You was still in an apartment.
Yeah.
And so that's what this is. Like I've been in these losing situations this whole time, and now I'm finally in a winning situation. I'm going to take advantage of that. Now, also too, let's be real. A lot of this also too, with him saying these correct things, a lot of this has to do with the reputation of him having, him kind of being a headache or whatever, and he's trying to get a contract. But hey, excuse me, if that's the case, whatever works to help us out, I'm down with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, he might get that contract. I mean, turn into a complete asshole. We don't know. But for right now, like that, a lot of that has to factor in. But the one main thing is he's finding a situation where he's never been in, and that's on a winning team. So,
and that's a good thing though, bro. I think the actual the notion, or not notion, the him being on a bad team, I should say, for so long actually benefits the team in Luka Doncic, because that takes away the ego. Like from what I've heard from C Wood, he appreciates the magnitude and the gravity that Luka Doncic has, which means that he's been saying, I just run the spots. Man, have you been seeing the spacing and all? He said, yeah, it's incredible. Like he understands Luka Doncic is going to impact this game even more and take him to that level that he hasn't been seen as already. So we got a guy here that wants to play with Luka Doncic. We've had all these conversations before, and everybody talking about, do you guys want to play with Luka? We have a guy right now that's saying, hey, I can come here, be the other guy, that big man down bottom, that make it easier for Luka, the same way he's gonna make it easier for me. And we're saying, hey, guys, maybe not. Let's wait to see if we can get someone else that may not want to play with Luka, right? That we can trade here that gets mad at him holding the ball or something like that. Like, I don't know, man. It's just, I just hope the Mavericks straighten it out. It's always been close to her heart, with the Mavericks and what they do, or close to chest. So, I mean, I think they're going. I'm just trying not to take my mind back to old regimes and think about what old regimes would do. And the track record of the new regime is that they'll figure it out and it'll be okay. So I'm going to go with that, and I believe they'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree. Oh crap! I lost my spot.
We were at Smito again, I think. Oh no, Jeffrey.
Yes, Smito says I really hope we extend him as soon as possible for the maximum extension. I think that's 77 for 4, and he is available for that in mid-December. Don't make the same mistake we did with Brunson. Smite, we're gonna tell you something we said last night on the show.
He's not taking that.
After what we just saw, I'm guaranteeing you he's gonna bank on himself.
Yeah.
And if he banks on himself, he's gonna get more than 77 for 4.
Yeah.
He's not gonna sign that extension for 77 for 4. I'm guaranteeing it. Like he's gonna go all out, like same thing that Jalen Brunson did. I'm gonna wait to the end of the season, and I'm gonna get more.
I'm thinking 5 for 1. I'm thinking 5 for 1.
Yeah, we would want him to sign that 77 for 4, but him, I wouldn't do it.
And he's what, 25, 20? He's 26, right? 25, 26.
Still young.
Yep. Yeah, he's going to. I'm thinking 5 for 130 or 150. I'm sorry, 5 for 150. That's what he's going to look for.
I can see it.
5 for 150.
I can definitely see it, bro. Like I said, if I was him, I wouldn't do it. I'll bank on myself.
Absolutely.
You saw what he did last night.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine if he gets more minutes.
Yeah.
The dude shot 60% from the field, 56% from 3.
There you go. 50. My bad. Yep. Yep. And how many minutes you said, bro? You said 24 minutes, and had how many points with missed free throws and all that 25. As well? 25 was so. This man should have had 30-something points in 24 minutes, almost 30 points, something double with 3. He's the 4th best passer on the team already. Like Luka,
he has pretty much passes.
It's Luka, Spencer. Well, Campazzo will be on there as well, so it'd be 5th. Josh Green, and then probably him. That's from what I've seen already, bruh. They better not
put Tim Hardaway in there too, man.
Absolutely not. I watched Tim Hardaway yesterday try to make passes between him and Reggie Bullock, and it like,
oh my god, that one pass Reggie Bullock did over. I was like,
what are you guys doing? Like, you
threw
can't
that ball like over the goal. I'm like, what are you doing?
It doesn't even seem like it's that difficult. Like the passes they make, like, all right, take a second from what you're doing. It's because they're like confused and like anxious about dribbling the ball. So you can tell they can't even pick it up and do something else because they're like, somebody's going to take the ball. They're going to take it. They're going to take it from me. Get rid of it. So
yeah, what Andy was talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about that yesterday. Thomas says also, with as good as he is, Houston gave him away for two fidget spinners and some hot Cheetos. I'm telling you, it's something that the teams know about him that I don't know just yet, or that we don't know just yet. Yeah, Thomas, you must have listened to Chris Arnold today because he kind of said that same thing. I don't know, man. I listen. If you get blessed with that type of talent, bro, for like you said, a field trip permission slip, one of those fans you get from church and a straw from a cup, bro, you take advantage of that, bro. You gotta take advantage of that. And you see how talented he is. Like, but you could be right. You're not the only person I heard say that, Thomas. You're not the only person I heard say that. But we're just talking about like on the surface that we see in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see what you have. Like I said, you saw what he did from that open practice we saw on NBA TV to now.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting better and he's starting to become a little bit more comfortable within the offense. So it's like,
The players believe in
like
him,
I
bro.
said, you gave street clothes and he had issues. You know what I'm saying? Like attitude problem. Remember him and his brother was being headaches for New York and all that
Yep.
stuff. So I don't understand why we're not giving him that type of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's doing a whole lot more in this one game in street clothes and done the last 3-4 years he's been here. So
Bro, the players believe in Seawood. You can tell the other players know that Seawood's that guy. Like they have no
yeah,
problem, like you said, he's getting better every game because the players are accepting him and allowing him to become that role. They're telling him, go out there and do your thing, Seawood. And you can tell he's buying into it. This team believes in each other. So I don't know, bro. It's just wild, man. We'll see.
yeah. Jeffrey said we don't need to mess up with the wood like we did in the JB situation. Nope. No, we do not. No, we do not. And I'm gonna tell you now, I'm not gonna be mad at C Wood if that happens. I'm gonna be mad at the Mavs organization.
Here's the Mavs on this one. It's not Seawood at all.
Somebody said the difference between KP and Woods is easy. KP was 22, an All Star, averaging 23 and 3 points, and was a great rim protector and averaged 2.4 blocks per game before his injury. But when we talk about him, what part of that did lead to winning though?
Keep going, though. He got the next question, too, He continuing, I think.
Woods already 26 and hasn't reached the KP height had before his injury.
Uh, um, I guess it's might if you say that. Two things. Uh, he was undrafted and he went to school for 2 years, I think. Christian Wood.
Mm.
And Christian Wood is if he's 26 right now. At 23, he was averaging basically a 20 and 10 double double on high efficiency than KP has ever had. KP's just a better blocker at the rim than Seawood was. I agree with that one. That's why he's a unicorn, being able to block on one side and finishing on the other. But I don't know, man. Like I told you, Seawood just hasn't been on good teams as far as like scoring and all. Like for the last like 3 years at least, he's been a 20 and 10 guy on 50 and 40, like 50 from the field and 40 from the 3-point line. And he's only 26. So that means at 23 he was doing. He just been on bad teams. So I got you as far as saying that in the big city and all, and KP being over there, and the potential of him being a rim blocker, like putting up like we thought KP was going to put up. Sorry to keep saying his name, but I guess it's a late show. I'm sorry, I'm sleepy. But we thought he was going to be a guy to give you like 3 blocks a game, and so that's why he was going to get paid the way he was. But I don't know, man. I just think I compare like a Seawood to a guy like a Cat, a Karl Anthony Towns or something like that. Like he's great offensively, and truthfully, I think Seawood can be better defensively than Cat. So that's why I say what I said.
Bro, anybody could be better than Cat.
And Cat's considered a top 15 player, isn't he?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Jefferson Seawood had 16 straight points and block shots in the end of the third quarter and start of the fourth. Then you take him out. Why? Great question, Jeffrey. What we are trying to figure out. Young Taliban, what's good, man?
What up?
Let's see. Thomas says Wood off the bench, but he should close the game. Yeah, we feel that way too, Thomas. Uh, Tomato said, "Do you guys remember our championship lineup? Stevenson started over Terry, only for defensive reasons. That's why McGee starting over Wood is okay."
unless Wood plays 30 plus
Okay,
minutes.
unless Wood plays 30 plus minutes.
Agreed, Smite. That's what I think I touched on that earlier. Even the Jason Terry thing
Yeah,
that
he touched
Sean.
on it earlier. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, DCR said picture Wood in Game 7 against Golden State. Man, that would be
Oh,
nasty.
bro, didn't I tell you that before we even played a game in the season? Before we even played a
Yeah, we said we talked
preseason
about
game,
that. We talked about that in I think in the Christian Wood video.
in a preseason game, anything at all. I told you if we had Seawood against Kevon Looney, that would have been barbecue chicken all day.
Yeah, man, we talked about that in when he got traded. We traded for him in the trade video. We talked
And
about that.
now you guys understand why I thought if we still had JB, this was a championship level team.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
you guys see
I'm
it now.
getting-
I think everyone sees what I said. And like, yep.
Like
This
we would have killed Phoenix yesterday. Like
we
that
would have been
little
the
21
favorites,
lead
bro.
we had,
After the first
Yeah,
game, we'd have been the
we would
favorites
have
in
been
the
top
league.
4 in
Yep,
the
they'd have been
league.
like,
Yeah.
man, the Mavericks are for real. After the first game, we'd have been like that.
Jeffrey says, man, I'm just saying, I think about how many weapons we would have had. That would have been
Yeah.
stupid. Jeffrey says, hopefully, they learn from this and Wood gets more playing time. He deserves 30 minutes a game. Yeah, I think he would. I think he will. Like I said, kid's a smart coach. I don't see him making this mistake again. Maxey was great in the first half, plus 20. He said, but as soon as Ayton was playing big minutes, he was what do you say? He
Minus
was
15,
wasn't
but
effective anymore. He said, yeah.
bro, he's not a
Like,
center. Maxey's
no,
not
he's
a
not.
center.
We talked about that so
we
many
keep
times.
saying it, bro. We say so much stuff on the show. Maxey is not a center. That's why he keeps getting beat up, and that's why he keeps failing. He's a power forward. He's a power forward. Have him play. He can run around and play the perimeter and all, and play a little bit in the paint. He's not a guy that should be just bodying in the paint. That's not his role. Stop hurting him by doing that.
Because he's not a great rebounder, so like
Yeah.
he's gonna be down there just trying to battle catch down there, bro.
He's just better than
that'd be JaVale and what's the name of the position?
He's just better than Dwight. So we keep playing him, but we don't have Dwight playing anymore. So we don't have to play
What you say, bro?
Maxey at the 5 anymore. He's better than
You need to
Dwight.
watch, bro. You need to watch your mouth, bro. You talking about the community service leader of all time, bro. You know what I'm saying? DCR, it's for you, King. He said, so do you think Dodo should play the 3?
I mean, he's originally a 3. They've been moving him down to the 4. I'm fine with him. I'm fine with Dodo playing almost any position, but you can play 3, 4, or 5. Like, tell you the truth, I don't mind Dodo playing the stretches at the 5 sometimes over Maxi Kleber. Like, that's how I feel as far as like, but Dodo at a 3, absolutely. He's a 3 and D guy. That's usually what a 3 used to be back in the day. Until now, you're seeing more recently with the LeBron point forward thing. Yeah, like that's Dodo, and his job will be to defend other 3s, which are like LeBrons and the Kawhis and stuff like that. So I don't have a problem with Dodo being. I don't have a problem with Reggie Bullock. Without point guard being basically like a shooting guard, Reggie can play the 2. He's the size of a 2 guard and all that. Like he can play that as well. So I'm fine with that, DCR.
Just still our motto on the show.
What? Oh, still, yep.
Trust Nico.
Absolutely. And Nico, we trust. Is out. Why wouldn't it? We got Christian Wood. Like you said, for what, bro? What did we get him for? Okay, you.
This drink I got from Whataburger.
There you go.
That's Christian Wood right there, y'all.
Yeah.
Jeffrey says, you think Josh Green will have a big role with this team? He looked nervous and afraid to shoot. We need him to get confidence. Sorry.
From what I was hearing, I like Josh Green. I mean, I heard he passed up shots a couple times again, but I saw what I was hearing on defense. He was stealing the ball and doing things like that, and also he needs to shoot more. He got to shoot more. J Kid got to get him to stay in that corner and just shoot the ball. But I think he'll be fine. I'm still not giving him a Josh yet.
For you, King. He said, I'm sorry, King, but Wood is not a top 20 talent. He is our second best offensive player, but nowhere near a top 20 guy in the league. Still trading him would be stupid. Oh, it definitely would be stupid.
He's as I just told you, Carl Anthony Towns is a top 20 guy. And I'm not saying he's as good as Carl Anthony Towns, but I'm just telling you, Christian Wood is a talent, is on that level almost as far as talent. Like, you'll see. The guy could have had like 35 and 10 and 24 minutes. That's all I'm saying to you. Like, that's what Seawood could have had. And he's always been that type of player. Just guys haven't been paying attention to him. C. Wood has always been this player. And you'll see when he plays guys like Cat. Well, let's wait till we get to those type of things. Yesterday he played Ayton, right? He played against DeAndre Ayton. So let's watch him when he plays against Cat, when he plays against AD and all that. You'll see if you haven't seen already, Smiter.
Logan says Luka about to win MVP this year and solidify himself as the best player in the NBA, and Mavs are going to have another deep playoff run this year as well. I would love to see Clips versus Mavs in the Western Conference Finals. That's all. That's King scenario right there, Logan.
From what you've seen, bro, and I was telling you, remember what I said before the season when I said, hey, I don't think anybody else got too much better in the West. Like we talked about that whole Denver Nuggets fiasco. Denver is still the same Denver. I told you they're gonna win games and it's gonna look good and all that. But at the end of the day, their number one is a pass first guy. That's how I feel. Like their number one is a guy that wants to pass the ball to somebody else to score, and that doesn't work in the playoffs for me as far as that. Like you need that other guy in this day and age at least. And so I just think, man, like seeing this team, and if we can change it around, and that team you saw in the first half, is that not a finals type team? What you see in the NBA right now?
Yeah, that was a good team.
That's what I'm saying to you, like the way it looked.
Man, we should have won that game, man.
Yeah, you were like,
I don't even care if like we blew the lead and then we barely won that game. I would have been like, I just wanted to win that game, bro.
Yeah.
Just to justify that.
We'll be good though.
Yeah, we're gonna be good. He says, Smito says, because Wood is already 26, not 22
Already
like Poole.
26.
Same is true for Wiggins. He is 27 and is what he is.
So hold on.
There is some truth to that, Smito. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Wood is already 26 and not 22 like Poole. Yes, but we just told you what Wood was doing at 23. Wood at 23 was doing better than Jordan Poole is right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, as far as numbers, Smito, like that's what I'm. And then you saying 26. When did 26 become old? JB's 25. He just got a contract. He's 26. Wiggins is 27, and Christian Wood, truthfully, is already better than Andrew Wiggins has ever been.
And that's your basketball prime.
And Wiggins was the number one pick at 27, getting that amount of money that he's doing and all, being the number 3, 4, 5 option on the team. C. Wood is a number 2 right now on the team at 26, giving you 20 and 10. Yeah, I don't get that one, Smito. But I hear what you're saying, but. Nah, man, he's too young. That's 26 isn't old.
That's at that perfect age.
Yeah. He's just entering his prime.
Yeah. RC says, I do remember the beginning of last season, Kid wasn't giving Reggie a lot of minutes, and at the end of the season, he was starting. I don't think it's because Tim was trash. Our starting 5 needed defense.
Tim was trash, Mikey.
Yeah, because Tim wasn't good last year. And it's crazy. I remember I said this on the last video. Like, everybody completely forgot how bad Tim was last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, people don't remember that Tim also, his defense was so bad. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why you put Reggie in there. But one of the main reasons why Reggie ended up staying is because, not only because Tim was bad, because Tim got hurt. So it made it easier for them to say, no, Reggie, you're going to stay in the starting lineup or whatever. So, it was just pretty much trying to explore and try to test things out when they put him in the starting lineup. Just luckily for him, I mean, I don't wish no injury on anybody, but luckily for him, Tim got hurt. That's what kind of added to that.
Yeah, and bro, I remember vividly because that's around the time I first started on the show. You weren't a fan of Reggie Bullock, and it wasn't. We were like comparing him to Josh Richardson and all. Like he wasn't looking good defensively off the bench either. Like it was looking like, why is this guy here? What is he doing? So. I understand what you're saying, Mikey, but I remember Reggie didn't look good either. Neither one of those guys looked good. It wasn't like Reggie was looking like a world stopper defensively at the beginning of the year last year. So it wasn't like bring him in. Tim really was bad. I think Tim was shooting like 39% from the field just in total, like somewhere close to that and 40%. Yeah. Like Tim was bad. He needed to come back off the bench like he was before. Remember, he got the promotion from the year before because he was on the bench in the playoffs. And then because of the playoffs, they promoted him to the regular season to be the starter again because they thought he was going to be the number 3 player again. And then he started being trash and he had to switch something up because he was just not working in the starting lineup. So, yeah, we needed defense and all, but Reggie wasn't that saving grace at that point because we didn't see Reggie at all yet as being that guy.
And on top of that, remember, as at one point, it was rumors that they were talking about trading Tim.
Yep.
Let's see. Somebody says we can't give him more right now, only after the season, and he cannot give him the 5th year because we don't have the full bird rights. I mean,
I
that's
think we do
fine.
after. I think we do after the season.
No, but
Eh,
even if we don't have the full, we still can sign him to the 4 years. That's fine.
Yeah,
But still, though, I do not see him taking 77 million.
no,
Not
he's gonna
everybody's Reggie.
no,
Remember,
he's
you
gonna
had two
wait.
guys who what they were trying to do that to last year, in
Hmm.
JB and Dodo, and JB didn't take that. So that shows you right there. Not a lot of people are gonna sit there and say, you know what, I'm gonna take this, very small discount to help you guys out compared to, like,
Yeah,
look, this
why
gonna be
would
his
he?
biggest contract he about to get. Like, and he's 26 years old, so it's like this
Mhm.
could possibly
Why would
be,
he?
possibly, depending on how long his career goes, this could possibly be his last chance to get a big contract. So I don't see him getting 77 million. I don't see him just saying, like, you know what, I'm gonna take that 77 million. I really think he's gonna bank on himself and go ahead and try to get that 100 million, man, or whatever,
Bro,
100 plus or whatever it is.
why would he give the Mavs a discount right now? Like you said, he's not.
Exactly.
He hasn't played with the Mavs. This is his first time on the Mavs, his last year. And the same way he has to prove something to the Mavs. Like the Mavs have to prove something to him. He doesn't want to sign here for a smaller contract to be stuck here playing in a role he doesn't want to play for less money than he's worth. He feels like he has to prove it. So I don't that whole contract signing, get it out the door. He's not signing the contract until the end of the year. It's up to the organization to prove to Seawood this year, like they failed with JB, that he needs to be a part of this organization, needs to be in a part of winning for this organization. So I think I believe we have his bird rights after the end of the year, Smito. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we give him the 5th year after that because he's had a whole year here beforehand. The same thing with no, Street Clothes had a year and a half before we had the bird rights. But I think they're going to sign him for the max. I think he's going to get 30 for 4, 30 for 5, whatever it is. Like he's too good of a talent. He's too good.
All right, let's try to get the rest of these real quick, bro.
Mhm.
Because it's already 3:30, 4:30 there. I know. Logan says Seawood is the second best player on the team. He is going to help Luke out a lot. Yeah, if they can get him the correct minutes, he definitely can help out, man.
Yeah.
Smito says, by the way, Wood is 27, half a year younger than KP, and Wiggins are half. He's half a year younger than KP and Wiggins are. He said he isn't a spring chicken anymore. But I thought he was 26.
He I think he just turned 27. He did. He's September 27th. He just
Oh,
literally
okay.
turned 27. But hold on.
When did 27 become old?
That's what I'm saying. We do know Dodo was about to hit 30, right? And he just got a
Yeah.
contract. Dodo 28. And
Yeah,
you
matter of
said
fact, y'all was in here throwing a party, man, when Max Kleber got an extension and he's 30.
he's 30.
31 or whatever.
Dodo just got an extension at 28, and I don't think nobody's saying, he's gonna fall off the planet by the time this extension is over. So why would Christian Wood, if he's a better player,
That's your prime
fall off?
basketball age at 27. That's when everything should have clicked and all that stuff. Like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Smito. Jeffrey says, I'm so thankful to see a big man who can triple, shoot, and create his own shot and catch and shoot. Jeffrey, listen. Yes. We 1,000,000% agree, man. It's a breath of fresh air, man. It really is. After seeing KP for so long, just not do any of that stuff you just named off. So yeah, it definitely is. Let's see. Smito says clearly with Brunson, we would be a top contender. That's why I'm still hoping we can get someone like Clarkson without giving up a rotational player. Man, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. But they got Danny Ainge over there, Smito.
Bro, you better if Clarkson, if we get Clarkson, THJ better be a part of the trade. I don't want both of them at the same time. There's no need.
Yeah.
There's no need for both of those guys on the bench.
DKD says DKD says need more from Dodo. Yeah, we'll get it, man. Like I said, it's just the first game. Y'all know
and let him play less
like
minutes.
Dodo, man.
He gave you 38 minutes, so he gave something.
Let's see. Smito says is Wood more of a center than Maxey? Some height, but Maxey is is at least stronger, both 6'10", but Maxey is at least 20 pounds heavier.
Actually, yes.
Ye-
Yes, bro. He is, but he is more of a center. He is. Because his offense included too, right?
yeah.
Maxi can play a little better
What the
against bigger
hell is my
guys,
screen?
like maybe hold his position, I guess, for a second. But like, yeah, Seawood is a better center than Maxi Kleber. Like, it is what it is. Seawood's a better anything than Maxi Kleber, other than defending. But as far as a
What the hell
position
is
on
my
the court,
screen? I don't even know what is this.
I don't know. You like coming in and out. Pause. But
Oh, I don't even know how to get this off my screen.
what you got, like a virus thing on your screen? You
Bro, what
collecting
is that?
viruses?
I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, what is this on my screen? Anyway, there's always something, man. I can't never have a perfect show. Anyway, Javier says, anyone taking interest in the white laser? Nah,
We
not
not
from
even
what,
taking
not from
interest.
how much he's commanded, man. Uh,
Jeez.
he was the street clothes.
Yeah, he's
That's
in
all
street
that.
clothes now.
Uh, yeah, he's street clothes. Smile says, well, that was Murray's first game after his ACL. Give him time. He averaged 25 plus the last time he was healthy. Fine. I'm not scared of Denver, man. I'm
When
not
did
scared of Denver.
also Smiter? When did Jamal Murray
Yes,
average
Beanie, he
25?
does. He got to work on the throws.
When did Jamal Murray average 25 plus, bro? In the playoffs? He ain't never do that in no regular
I
season. That guy
guess
would have been an
not in the
all-star.
regular season. Mm.
I think that the
Yeah,
most he's ever
yeah, not
averaged
in
in
the
a
regular
regular
season.
season is like 20. At the like 20.
Like 19, I think it was 19 some change.
Yeah.
Smile said, "Don't forget the Pels. They look scary. Clippers are better. Wolves.
Oh,
The
goodness,
West
man.
will be harder this year, and that's why those teams like we about to have Oklahoma and Orlando come up here. You gotta take advantage of those. Like Harp said last night during the game, you can't play around those teams anymore. And I think I mentioned that on the round table. I was like, yo, those games like that, you are better than them or whatever, technically, but you still can't sleep on those teams though. You have to take care of business against those teams. Those
Yeah.
are the teams that you beat to help you position yourself in the West. So you have
Yeah.
to take care of those teams. Luckily for us, we got those guys coming up here next as a back to back too. So that's another key. It's a back to back. Do not sleep on them teams, but you got to take care of them.
Yeah,
Take
Smito,
care of business.
we were the Western Conference. We were in the Western Conference Championship last year, which means our team was that good. The reason I said what I said is the Pelicans didn't get. I don't feel like better. I don't think they're championship level yet. Their defense and all isn't that good as far as that. So I'm not worried about. They're going to be a hot team of this year. Like, let's see what you guys do in the playoffs. Get to the playoffs and be that new team. I think they're that team. Clippers are talking about freaking benching Kawhi Leonard. I saw today is something like that, some crazy stuff.
Yeah, he came off the bench.
Yeah, like playing him off the bench regularly or something like that. Like, okay, you guys keep believing in the Clippers. I'm telling you, they're going to be that same story every year. There's a reason. Something is wrong. Something is wrong with Kawhi Leonard. I don't think Kawhi's going to play that much longer. Like something, he might have a disease or something. Like no lie, like arthritis or something in his legs. I really think the Wolves just beat the what was it, OKC Thunder by like 3 points, and Rudy Gobert had like 20 and 15, 26 and 15, and they beat OKC by 3 points. The Mavs, if they had Jalen Brunson right now on his team, would be the best team in the West by far. There's nobody that's gotten better enough where I'm sitting here saying, you know what, they're that team right now. Where's the other teams that played last year? Like all those teams you're saying are teams that we have question marks. What about the teams that actually made it last year? Who are you sitting back and saying if we had JB right now, you know what, the Grizzlies got better. They're going to beat us. Golden State got much better. So we went there last time. They're going to dominate us this time. No.
RC says, I do remember Tim being bad. My bad. He says, then he got hurt. You're right. Yeah.
He was horrible.
A lot of people don't remember that, RC. Smile said JB would have taken the 55 mil last summer in January. Yeah, he said, but after he didn't offer that and tried to trade him at the deadline, he declined the deadline. Yep.
As he should. I don't have no problem with JB.
Hindsight.
Yeah.
Smilo says, if he said it was different with KP because he was still on his rookie contract in that
You still get his bird right.
scenario. scenario, and you also get the bird rights. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you, Smito. I believe you on that point. That's why I say I'm not 100% sure. But either way, I still think he get 30 for 4 or 5, whatever it's going to be. So we'll get 120 then.
Smita said the point is at 27 you don't get much better anymore or less potential than being 22 and averaging 18 and 4 like Poole. Um,
Poole averaged 8. He put up 18 last year. Jordan Poole put up 18. It seemed like
he
Smito was
probably
saying
did.
playoff numbers. He put up 18 in the regular season.
Yeah, I think he did. Remember that's when because Clay was kind of 50 last year.
You're right.
Remember?
Clay wasn't really playing. You're right. So he did have one less player. But okay,
Yeah.
Smito, from what you've seen from Seawood right now, as a number 2 guy, as we just said, 35 and possibly 24 minutes. There is a version of street clothes you've seen better than him. We talking about even in New York. You think New York street clothes is better than the Seawood you seeing right now on this team? That street clothes in New York was off of potential as well. Like he wasn't there. He wasn't leading them to like great success. They were knocking on the door of possibly playoffs when he was healthy, and then fell off the earth. Like I don't see street clothes as being much better than what I'm seeing from him right now. Like I don't know. I just see Wood's a better 3-point shooter than street clothes ever been.
Better rebounder too.
Better rebounder than street clothes has ever been. He averages just about as many points. And I truthfully think, I'm telling you, I think this year he's going to average more points than street clothes has ever averaged. How about that one?
Because his highs was like 22.7.
Was that year that he's saying, the All-Star year, when he made up 23 or whatever, 22. Yeah. That was his highest year.
Smart says in the 2020 playoffs when Denver reached the Western Conference Finals, that's more important than the regular season. It's about championships, bubble, and he was a year to get back. Hold on. Oh,
he played the year after. He played the year after and got hurt.
Hold on. I'm just trying to make sure we talking about the right person.
Uh-huh.
We're talking about the same up and down Jamal Murray that folks been constantly asking every year, when is that bubble Jamal Murray gonna show up? Talking about that Jamal Murray?
Yep. Oh, the guy that never made an All-Star game, that probably still never will make an All-Star game. The guy that Smito probably believes is better than Seawood, but that Seawood probably will make an All-Star game this year as well. So that's what I'm saying, Smito. I don't understand the narratives. It seems like it switches for one guy that hasn't established anything, but then when you go to the other guy, it's like, well, he has to prove something more. Jamal Murray's not established anything. The Denver Nuggets have been to the Western Conference Finals that one time in their whole run, and that was in the bubble. And guess what? The Mavericks have matched that already.
Hey, like they said on All the Smoke podcast when they brought that up, he said, what's name was like, man, I ain't seen Jamal Murray since the bubble. I ain't seen that Jamal Murray since the bubble.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm like, are we talking about Jamal?
I've only seen that Jamal Murray one time, and that's in the bubble. When else have you seen it even before then?
Because matter of fact, before he got hurt, he was struggling.
Yep, he was struggling before he got hurt.
He was struggling before he got hurt. Yeah. Matter of fact, I think we talked about that on the We Talk NBA video. We talked about this.
Yep.
Smito says, but we don't have Brunson. That's the point.
That's the best point, Smito.
Yeah, that's the greatest point.
Yeah, you got that.
CR says, he said JB averaged 15, 6, and 9 versus Memphis.
Oh, I know he did. I'd take a 15, 6, and 9 on this team right now. I would take that. And he probably had like one turnover.
Probably. Smito says one game, if Wood can give us that each and every game, hell yeah, but I want to see it.
He's not a believer. I understand.
That's fine. But we all believe in but folk believe in street clothes.
Street clothes, yep. Uh-huh.
Smart says that Jamal Murray that got hurt the year after the playoff run hasn't played since. He said Murray that is also 27 like Wood is a good playmaker. Yeah, he played the point guard, so yeah, he is the playmaker. He had to be the playmaker. He's the point guard.
You just give an example of one time. You gave the aberration, Smito. That's what I'm saying. How does Jamal Murray get the benefit of the doubt? He hasn't played in 2 years, and you expected him to come back at 27 and do something he's done one time in the playoff run as take over the number one. But like C. Wood for 3 years, they gave you 20 and 10. Something that Jamal Murray couldn't do because he was on another team. I'm not understanding. 20.
So
That's
if
what
he
I'm
put
saying.
though, if he put these kind of numbers on Smito, why wasn't he ever considered to be an All-Star? We talking about the same Jamal Murray. This is not just us saying this. You can go back and matter of fact on YouTube, you can type in Jamal Murray and ESPN, and they can sit there and tell and show you how many times that they were talking about how up and down this guy was. Just saw a podcast with All the Smoke, and they mentioned that on All the Smoke. When they talking about teams that's gonna be a threat in the West this year, and somebody mentioned Denver. It's like, oh, we got Jamal Murray coming back. It's like Jamal Murray. So that guy ain't showed up since the bubble. It's like everybody
Right.
knows the dude is the most inconsistent guy in the league at that position. That you know what I'm saying on that team. So it's like, bro, I'm
Jamal Murray get that same love as your guy. Where Johnny B at? I know he probably sleeping all now, but that same love,
man,
like
Johnny
he got
probably sleep.
TJ Warren in
Yeah,
the bubble and all that. Like, bro, if you excuse the bubble, people have not talked about Jamal Murray ever. Like he's been a inconsistent guy. Other than that, like his whole thing has been where's the consistency at Jamal Murray? Like between him and Joker, they couldn't understand who could be the number one and number two or whatever because Jamal Murray kept being inconsistent and Joker would pass the ball up. That was always their issue. So I'm just saying what you saying, Smito, like no one has ever cried that Jamal Murray should be an all-star. So why have it if he's put up 21.5 and 5, at some point, if you exclude the bubble, nobody thought Jamal Murray was better than CJ McCollum.
nope.
So where did this all come from? And he's been out for 2 years. He came off a major injury. So why should we expect him to be that dude?
Matter of fact, Smarter, you the first person I've ever seen argue for Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
In any type of podcast or anything I've seen, I've never seen anybody arguing for Jamal Murray. That's crazy.
You still got
All
CJ McCollum, Smito, you ain't put on this. Other guys that were seen as higher than Jamal Murray. It's not just those guys. Like Morant just became an all-star for the first time last year. Like it's not like you can't just Booker just became he went through years of not being an all-star, just like Jamal Murray, and he finally got on. Like, nah, if Jamal Murray's that dude and he has 2 other guys beside him, 3 other guys, supposedly with Gordon, then why ain't he making it?
And then you say Shea. Shea is even more consistent
Shay's better than
than
Jamal
Jamal
Murray.
Murray. And guess what? Shay's not playing with the Jokic.
I take if you had the choice right now, Rel, between the two, who you taking?
Oh, really? That's not even a question. Like,
Okay,
are you
that's
joking
how I
right
feel.
now?
It's not even a question either. I'm
Like,
taking Shea Gilgeous.
nobody in the NBA would take Jamal Murray over Shea Gilgeous Alexander. Right now, matter of fact, they already are starting the conversation of who's going to pick up Shea Gilgeous Alexander.
Yeah.
Like,
How about I
no
say this?
GM will pick him. You said what?
How about I say this to you? I don't know if Jamal Murray will ever get a max. Has Jamal Murray ever got a max contract?
I think he got one now.
He's on a max right now, based off the injury.
Yeah, remember?
Okay,
Yeah.
then that's his one max. I don't think he'll get a max again. How about I say that? How about I say this? I think Shea Gilgeous will probably get maxes for the rest of his career until he's like an old man.
Oh man. DCR, I can probably be the last one, King. DCR said, "Do we trade Powell?" DCR, listen, I would be the man that's gonna pack up his stuff and go ahead and move him overseas, bro. I would do that right now, man, to get him up out of here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I forgot he was on the team last night.
It's all love, yes, sir, DCR, but it's all love. I absolutely. I understand your points of what you're saying, though. Denver has a really good roster. They do. Every year they got a really good roster, man. That's all I'm saying. Like every year they got a really good roster. I'm not worried about Denver. Like
I said that before. I'm not worried about
Luka owns Denver by himself. I'm not worried about Denver. Like, bro, okay. You wait. You see what C Wood did against the other guys. What you think you gonna do against Nikola Jokic? Yeah, Nikola gonna get his buckets, but what Nikola gonna do defending C Wood? Not a. Oh, you'll see. You remember that street clothes guy couldn't score against Nikola Jokic, right? Well, he would be sitting there looking foolish. I bet you Christian Wood will go around
score against Terrence Mann. What are you talking about, King?
Yep, I bet you C Wood gonna go around.
A whole foot taller than that dude couldn't score on him.
Go see. That's what I'm saying. That's the reason. But Smito, your point is not a crazy point. It's just that I'm not understanding why C Wood doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. Like everybody keeps questioning him, but we don't question Jamal Murray after 2 years on the ACL of a flash in the pan. But we're questioning C Wood, who has done it for the last 3.5 years on a bad team, to not be better on a good team.
Okay, Smoke. Now, okay, it's gonna be the last one, I promise, bro. Cause
Okay.
it's getting late. And I'm getting tired. Smilo says Dallas right now without Dinwiddie and Wood, do we make the playoffs? That was Denver's roster last year. We didn't say
No,
that.
that's not the same. No, it's not, Smito. We're not going to do that. That's not the same. Supposedly, Dallas has never had a lineup. Their guys, there's nobody on the Mavericks lineup before last year that was on the same level as that hype you had for Jamal Murray, for the hype you just had for Michael Porter Jr., for what's his name,
Oh,
Gordon,
two first round picks, by the way. Go ahead.
for Gordon as well. Who on the team was making more than any of those
First
guys?
round pick too.
Who on the team was making more than those guys, other than the street clothes who got traded away? Who on our team was making more than any of those guys I just named off to you, bro? Other than Luka Doncic, who started this year.
Dirk.
Okay, and Dirk wasn't on the team anymore. So that you can't use that same conversation and say like Dallas was not supposed to be number 4 seed. So Dirk last year was the year, like you said, with Denver, where they had no other guy around him, and Luka got his team higher than Denver did without the same help that he didn't have. So now you said take Dinwiddie and Wood. Okay, well then take who else is on the Denver Nuggets team? Take some more guys off their team then as well. So that's what I'm saying. It's not the same conversation because Luke already has less talent around him. So
second rounds and undrafteds.
yeah,
We talked about that a million times.
Yep.
All right, guys. That's gonna do it for us tonight, y'all. It was a pretty good one. Had to get some question comments in for y'all too. 'Cause I know we didn't do it on the last video. We do apologize. It was a late one too. King about to go finish taking his nap here, man.
I'm up. I'm up now.
Bro, I'm sleepy, bro. I know my wife gonna kill me when I get in the bed. I know she's asleep. She gonna have to be up here in the next couple of hours or whatever.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. I know we gotta keep going, but Smito is still. I gotta go back to Smito. This is like burning. That one about the salary have to do with anything. Can I please answer that one?
Go ahead, man. Smito, man, let's go to bed, man.
Smito, you said the salary to do with anything? Denver missed their second and third best player all season and still made it to the playoffs. You ready for this one, bro?
Go ahead, man.
When we started the season last year, who was the second and third best player on the Mavericks?
I believe that would be Tim Hardaway and that other guy, Street Club.
Did either one of them finish the year?
I believe they did not, King.
Good night. We can finish the show now, bro. Good night. That's all I wanted to say. Good night.
With all that being said, guys, listen, if you enjoyed the content, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy math content like we do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. We'll be back here Saturday evening. It might be a little later because I got some stuff I got to do Saturday. But we will be here Saturday after the Memphis game. Can't miss that. We gotta definitely talk about that, man. I'm hoping Dallas win that game. Knock on wood. All right. But yeah, with all that being said, guys. Also, guys, y'all see our socials down here at the bottom: Twitter, Instagram. Go ahead and follow us on both. We Talk Mavs on both, but on Instagram we got a little underscore there in between the Talk and the Mavs, so y'all guys can follow us on there. King, is there anything else I'm missing?
Just saying, we may be switching it up soon, you guys. As far as the IG, we'll let you guys know. We may have to start a new page, but also, we keep you guys.
It's gonna definitely be some changes to the show, y'all. We just been busy, with our own actual individual lives and stuff. So we just need time to kind of sit down and get some things taken care of. But yeah, there's gonna be some changes. Well, y'all, of course, y'all be the first to know because y'all gonna be the ones here watching it. So yeah, we'll let y'all guys know here pretty soon.
Share, and more share. I always say it, guys. Please, Mikey, I appreciate seeing you in the chat. I know we get new guys all the time, or just folks in general.
No, that's RC.
Oh, that's right. He did say he was RC at the top. That's right. Well, welcome back, RC. We appreciate you guys. It's a late one, so rocking with us all over the world.
Damn, it is 11 o'clock over there in Germany.
Yeah, it's a late week all over the world, man. So we appreciate y'all. Let more folks know about it. Guys, this is what we just let everybody like. Yes, Smito, you are my guy. Don't ever forget that. You are my guy. I never want you to feel like that they're being attacked. This is all barbershop talk. I love you guys, and I appreciate it so much. But please share as much as you can.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate the ones who are up late like us. I know it's like he said in some parts of the country and the world. It's probably like just started for you guys. For us, man, it's super late over here. So we definitely appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. But like I said, guys, with all that being said, we will be back here Saturday evening, same map time, same map channel. We'll catch you guys here again very, very soon.
Always.
Go Mavs.
Yes, sir.